I think Uzi is in a position where I think Uzi's scared as hell to drop.
That's what I've been saying, and everybody
I think he's
hates
terrified.
on me. Yeah, he's
justifiably so.
right. And like, it's so simple to me what he has to do. Oh, here's a good topic. So Uzi and Yeet, have you seen what's going on with them?
Yeah.
I think they're about to drop a collab tape. They've got like 7 or 8 songs that they've previewed, and maybe not all like previewed the music, but like the screenshot in the notes app, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So do you think that Uzi's trying to do a collab tape with Yeet because Yeet is like the hottest in like the upcoming rapper right now, and so that will get like Uzi's flame back?
I don't think Uzi should drop a collab tape. His last project was a collab album. I think they'll drop a song together.
You think they're doing
one
a song?
A collab tape is a massive, like,
they've got like 7 or 8 songs.
I think if they drop like a 3-pack or something like that, that's better than dropping an actual project together.
Right, like just do the best of the best, as in like the best songs.
But I don't think Uzi's not hot. It's just, for me personally, this is just me personally, not even analyzing like the landscape of Uzi. Uzi could never drop another song again and I'd be good. Like I've got like his mixtapes, Love's Rage 2, hell, even Eternal Take. But even before Eternal Take, I didn't really need more Uzi music. Like that was enough for me for like, he could just never drop again and I'd be happy. But
I agree with you.
I think it's difficult for him because he's in a totally different space now. And then he's probably making a song, like people were shitting on Demon High. He was probably like, yo, I love this song. And then when he puts it out and it's a dud and people are shitting on him, he's like, damn, like that's gotta hurt. Because like people could say like, oh, it's not personal, but if you're making music and you're excited about it and you put it out and then your fans are like, yo, this is garbage, it bothers you.
I think the reason that he dropped Demon High was because the fans after Eternal Take were asking for like old Uzi, and like that is old Uzi kinda in a way. I wouldn't say it's to the same level, or maybe it is, but like music has progressed since then, and like people just don't like emo rap like that anymore, because that was almost like an EXO Tour Life type lane if you think about it. So Eternal Take, he did the whole Baby Pluto, which is his new persona where he's like the street Philly rapper. And yeah, so I think that the fans almost like made him believe, or made him go back the old way, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah. And that's why it's hard to, that's why I think being an artist is ridiculously hard and stressful, because you don't really know what they want. But for Uzi, like if he drops, I don't think, let's say Uzi drops a flop musically, people don't mess with the sound or whatever, he's nowhere near done, which is what I kind of see like the narrative that's going around is like, oh, this is make or break. I don't think that's the case.
I saw you respond to that on Twitter. Like someone said he fell off, and that went viral on Twitter for some reason. I don't think he fell off at all. Why. I just think that he maybe like sound quality wise isn't where he was peak, like Love is Rage 2. But like he's just an OG in rap now. And I think that when you get to that level, like Future's past his prime. I still love Future, but like I don't know if he'll ever get a song like Mask Off, or like, I don't know. I liked his Monster album better, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, me too. I like Monster.
Yeah. Or like Beast Mode.
Or he kind of just like Future is another artist I'm kind of just like burnt out of. Like if he's got a hit, like sure, but I've got more Future music than I need for the rest of my life.
Right. So I think maybe like at Future's point, it's like you're just making music because you want to and it's fun. You're not really expecting to make a hit, and it's just extra money in the bank.
Legacy wise, yeah. Business wise, I don't know the situation.
Yeah.
Like maybe they still have to.
Now,
like Lil Wayne, I think he's just making music because he loves the shit, which is crazy.
I actually didn't think his last album was that bad. Like the funeral shit.
Yeah, I thought it was good, but I'm biased.
Okay, but someone asked you, why is Uzi scared to drop the next album?
It's a perception thing. Like you guys know the narrative right now about Uzi is
but why do you think
he's
that
been dropping his mid?
Like, why do I
think that he feels that way?
Why do you think the perception is that, the overall perception? Because Eternal Atake almost sold 300K. Pluto Baby Pluto sold what? Like 105K, which is solid for a collab tape. So like, if the numbers aren't down, it's really just one song, Demon High.
All right, you got to put me onto this though. Did Uzi fans, like the active Uzi fans on social media and all that, did they enjoy Eternal Atake?
The thing is, we did, but it just didn't last like over a year. It's not like Love is Rage 2 where you can go back and still listen to 20 minutes, which is arguably like the best song ever, or Uzi's best song ever, or songs like that.
Okay.
So,
all right. I mean, because like the sales thing, I think EA Eternal Take was sold before it even dropped, kind of like just the hype.
I think you even made a video on that where it was like the numbers fell off so fast. You said like there was the first week there was like 10 Hot 100 songs, and then like the next week 6 fell off or something like that.
Yeah, that's understandable though. It's more because like you can't chart that long off of an album, but more so like the percentage of album sales. Like if you sold 288K and then you sold like 30K, then that's like not too great. But for Lil Uzi, yeah, I think that's why I asked, because I wanted to know if people messed with Eternal Take. I thought it was cool.
The like year that it dropped, yes, we loved it. I was even like, this shit's classic. But I think that I liked the whole Eternal Atake like rollout more than the album.
And do you think that was a time thing? Let's say Eternal Atake dropped in 2019, a year earlier. Do you think you'd still feel the same way about it? Like, do you think the hype of it being so long, it just didn't live up to it?
Potentially. I think everybody always wonders that, especially with Cardi and Uzi, where everything is so hype based. Whereas like, say Lil Durk or Lil Baby, they like barely make a rollout for their album and drop it, and maybe it sells like what, 150, close to 200. Yeah. Whereas Uzi sold almost 300, but then Lil Baby and Lil Durk's album beat Eternal Atake in total sales throughout the year. So it's like, with the hype driven artists, a far higher percentage of the streams are done the first week. And so maybe the rollout like that has been extended for so long, like Uzi and Cardi, like, is that even a good thing? Like, yes, it may have increased the sales the first week, but would you rather have an album that has longer longevity, or do you want an album that shows high as fuck first week sales?
I think Lil Durk and Lil Baby and certain other artists,
YoungBoy,
they're actually not YoungBoy. I think those, let's just say those two artists in particular, I think their numbers are heavily and I'm not saying they're fake, but they're kind of just artists that they probably just keep on playlists for like forever, multiple songs. Like, I think they're industry chosen artists. Sure, they may have gotten hot, but then the industry's like, all right, these guys, we're gonna make sure they're constantly getting streamed. Whereas I think Uzi is like, sure, he has a good amount of an industry push, but I think it's a lot of fans that are rocking with him and continuously
more organic
music. Yeah,
I would agree. But then people tell me like, nah, well, I actually do meet people who really fuck with Lil Baby. It's just like the street side. And given that like I'm this white suburban dude, like I just always assume that I don't know a lot of street people. and they do be bumping like Young Dolph, Lil Baby, Lil Dirt.
Lil Baby, I think he's crossed over a lot in the past two or so years.
Right, but he's like the mainstream street rapper.
Yeah, but the thing is with Uzi, I think Uzi was scared to even drop EA. That's why I think he's really scared to drop now. Because if you remember, what was the song that he was teasing when he was doing that like little dance? No, it was before Futsal Shuffle.
Oh, either Sanguine Paradise or That's a Rap. Oh, New Patek. Yeah,
New Patek. That clip went viral,
and then it flopped.
Went crazy viral. They dropped it. I think it charted, and then it just took a nosedive off the charts. So that was a dud in terms of chasing a hit, because the label's probably trying to put out another EXO tour life. That's what he was chasing during that lead up to Eternal Take.
True.
And then they tried to make Futsal Shuffle a hit. They had the whole dance. I think they tried to make it a TikTok thing, everything. It charted really high first week, and then it was kind of a dud as well. Like it wasn't a hit.
Right.
And then they're like, all right, screw it. We're just going to drop the album. The album does outrageous numbers. So that's a positive. But now I think Uzi's like, all right, it's been a little while. I don't think he's chasing that hit anymore, which I think is great.
Right. I agree.
But the perception, and he's reading all of the comments. He's seeing everything that's going around. I don't think he knows what the fans will want. And if he disappoints them, he kind of hasn't reached a point where fans are shitting on him for an album that he dropped. So he hasn't had a Chance the Rapper big day moment. And I think he might be scared of that.
So 2 questions. 1, do you think he has even a fathom of a chance to sell more than Eternal Take on Pink Tape?
Oh, hell no. I don't think anybody's selling more. I don't think Lil Baby's selling more.
Okay. Because I know that, we always discuss like merch bundles and shit, or at least we used to, because the rules changed, but he didn't even get that many merch bundles.
Yeah, that was like unbelievable numbers. I think that was a testament to how many times people played the album that week and how big his fan base was.
Yeah. So, yeah, okay. We decided, I don't think he's going to sell. I think Pink Tape will sell like 200, give or take.
I think anything over 120 is solid for Uzi.
Damn.
I'm not saying he's going to sell 120, but I have no idea, because I didn't think EA was going to sell over 200. I forgot what I even guessed, but it was not even close to 250, 280, damn near 300.
So secondly, with Uzi, so because you said, and I would agree with you, that he doesn't know what to drop because so many different fans are saying different things. I think it's all beat selection. I think he's just choosing awful fucking xylophone beats from his one producer, Brandon Finessin, who did preview like a good beat today. It's not necessarily him per se, it's Uzi's choice again. So the reason I think that he should drop a collab tape with Yeet is more so to find the sound again that's hot, rather than like, why do you think it's a bad thing if he drops with Yeet?
Uzi, when has Uzi ever been the one to find the hot sound? Like, he was the hot sound.
Well, that's the transition you need to make when you become like an older artist, I feel like. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's done it before, but I feel like that's what you got to do when you like Young Thug, right? Like Young Thug was the hot sound for a bit, and then now he like found the hot sound with like Lil Baby's not signed to him, but he co-signed him. Then Gunna, he signed this new artist, Young KO, which I'm not totally sold on just yet, but we'll see. And
yeah, I actually listened to that guy's album on the flight.
Was it good?
It was. I think you'll enjoy it. I thought it was cool. It just got repetitive to me after like 9-10 tracks. I was like, all right, this is a lot. I did finish it though. Honestly, I think he's got something going for him. Like, he's not crazy special, but I wouldn't call him a bad artist at all. I think he's above decent.
Yeah. Okay. So back to Yeet and Uzi. Why do you think it's a bad idea?
Also, why does Uzi need to change up his sound?
I don't
That's
think
something that I've realized too. Like I don't think a lot of these. I think the fact that Playboi Carti has drastically changed has made people kind of like expect like, hey, everyone should do this. Whereas like I think a lot of artists would be better off. I'm not saying this is Uzi's case.
But I get what you're saying though. Like Carti changed, like he went fucking full vampire, and then now everybody's like, oh, everybody's got to do something like turn into something and change genre completely on your next album.
Yeah, like Carti is taking Kanye risks.
But maybe that's why Carti has more respect than Uzi currently.
I don't think that's the case either in terms of like just a general fan.
You don't think Carti has more respect? Like, say you're an artist in the, you know, like you're, say, the Baby level or some shit.
All right.
Are you getting more hyped for a Carti feature or an Uzi feature?
I mean, I don't think that's respect. I think that's like heat level. That's like temperature check.
Okay, so what's the difference?
Because respect, you got to take into account like what they've done.
Okay.
Like Uzi's he's got 4 like really, maybe even 5 really good like elite level bodies of work. Carti's only dropped 3 albums so far.
One's a mixtape too, so 2.
Yeah, so sure. Just like, well, 3 of them were technically mixtapes for Uzi. So
true. Okay.
3 versus 5. It's kind of like Carti's like, you know, he's got to drop more work. Or you can't like compare them completely. Like, oh, they're on the same pace, because Uzi's dropped a lot of stuff already.
Okay, so now you were talking about Carti changing every album. So do you think that because Carti and Uzi fans are like so synonymous, maybe not anymore, but like still a lot of Carti fans and Uzi fans are the same people, that maybe that's why the people expect Uzi to change every album?
Yes.
And also, I don't even think that it's the fans wanting him to change. I think they want him to go back to the old shit. He's just rapping too much. Whereas before he was a mumble rapper. Like
that's why I think being hot is hard. Like Lil Yachty has the luxury of completely changing up his style, and you know nobody's really gonna shit on him for it
because he's not hot.
Yeah, he wasn't like the hottest thing. He's dropping like, I mean, Yachty is a somewhat poppin' rapper, but I don't even think he's top 20 most popular rappers right now. Maybe even 25
streams wise.
Yeah. Or just music wise.
Right. His brand is bigger.
Yeah, probably top 25 brand. But music wise, so he's allowed to do that. Whereas Uzi, it's kind of like, oh, you're rapping too much. We don't like that. And then that's the risk, because you don't know until you put it out. So let's say Uzi does rap more and then he puts it out and then he gets this huge new fan base that appreciate this, then it's a win.
But it's still a risk. Well. It's a big risk.
That's what I'm saying. Or it could just completely fall flat. And then, but I think Uzi has, like, the fact that he's calling it a pink tape, a mixtape, I think he has the luxury of being able to drop something that's experimental, something that he really believes in. Because you got to think, making the same type of music, although I think you were saying you want him to like try different beats, but making the same type of stuff for years, it's got to get probably tiring for him.
Yeah, facts. But okay, so given that you're saying it's risky, and I agree, to like change it up and then potentially flop, and then you got to go back to the drawing board after working so hard on this new sound, and then it could just be trash to the fans, at least. Here's why I think that now that we're in the internet, it's so like barbaric to even try to roll out albums without letting or releasing music first. Like, you know how we were talking about with the TikTok rappers, like the song blows up, then the label pours gasoline on it. EXO Tour Life, Uzi dropped on SoundCloud first, it blew up, and then they poured gasoline on it and turned it into Love Is Rage 2. So I think like these artists are flopping because they don't drop enough music, and then like they fall out of relevance and they don't have enough chances to get back hot again. Did that make any sense?
Artists, yes, but I don't think that's Uzi's case. I think he's still super relevant.
I agree. I'm just saying, generally speaking.
But yeah, facts.
Like, I think that a good strategy for Uzi would to be like drop songs on SoundCloud. You don't even have to drop it on all platforms. On SoundCloud, let the people fuck with it. They'll pick the algorithm, and the listeners will pick the song and the sound that they like, and then he can use that to work and on a specific sound that the fans are really liking after he takes like say 10 data points over a year's time. And I just don't understand why artists don't do that.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I think that's unintentionally what Uzi did when he dropped that Lil Uzi Vert
1.5
the world. Yeah, 1.5. That was like 3 songs.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's,
and then they turned that hype into a single and then therefore an album. And so
yeah, people, and Uzi has the fans that will find the song, and he'll just have to like leak it to a fan page like, oh hey, look, there's this SoundCloud profile that has 3 Uzi songs, and
right,
people check it out, and then they'll pick the one that they mess with, and then they'll push it out there.
Right. So I don't know, man. I just feel like these labels are kind of stupid. There's too much paperwork, I guess, that goes into dropping music that I think it impedes the growth of these artists or just like their success.
Yeah, but you also, an example of what you were saying is Roddy Ricch, who thought he could just take this fat break. He was tweaking up, and then he comes back, and then
that shit was
mid flops. Yeah, he flops both numbers wise and people talking about his music like this was not it. And then now back to the drawing board.